Hi, welcome to the next video in the Global NLP Happiness series. It comes with a free guidebook, which you can order at info@globalnlptraining.com. 3 months of blogging and YouTube videos about happiness. And this week, I'd like to go into some misconceptions about pursuing happiness. There are many courses about happiness, and they kind of make it sound much like a lot of the personal development gurus or public speakers or whatever. I'm a little bit in a different realm than that. I'd like to focus on science as a company owner, as a teacher of NLP. And so, is it about being happy all the time? What about negative emotions? What about shit that happens to you in your life, let's say? Well, a few things about science here. They've actually discovered, a researcher called Iris Mauss, is that people that have an over focus on wanting to be happy all the time actually become less happy. Why is that? Well, when someone focuses 100% on being happy all of the time, there's a few things that happen. Well, first of all, what you set is a really high standard for yourself, a standard that you can never meet. And that causes you, in fact, to feel inadequate, lack of self-compassion, lack of kindness towards yourself. And those are really important parts to actually become happy. Even things like gratitude would get in the way of that. And so to have an over-focus on being happy all the time leads to you kind of failing yourself. So that's one. Two, they've also discovered when people pretend to be happy all the time in front of other people that you actually in fact become quite annoying, because it's not reality testing anymore. When someone loses someone they love, or they fail a test, or they get the job that they'd like to have, and then someone goes, oh, look at it from the bright side. Annoying, isn't it? There's a time and a place for it. And so should we ignore our negative emotions? Yes and no. It depends on how we process our negative emotions. Look, biologically, when you look at our ancestors, we were wired, our brain was wired to notice danger. There were avalanches, there was famine, there would be dangerous animals, things like that. So our brains have, in essence, wired over time to notice those things that we need to survive, or the things that we need to protect ourselves from. In today's world, we're not quite running from a dangerous animal or an avalanche, but our brains are, in essence, sort of like primed to look around us and see danger. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. How real is my problem? How real is my obstacle? How much is it the truth? And when it relates to other people and judging other people and considering them dangerous to you, that's none of your concern. They should work on their life. And those things that happen in your life that you cannot control, maybe that's between Source or God, not you. You can only control yourself. So what is your reality then? When you look at the world, what are the dangers? And you could go like, well, what's the reality of that? Well, when you experience a negative emotion, you can choose to ruminate on that negative emotion and sit there. Or you can do what our ancestors did. Our ancestors looked at a danger, a real danger, and said, well, what can we do to navigate through this obstacle? And so, for instance, let's say you lost a job that you love. It's okay to mope and heal in your bed for a little bit, but then you need to update your LinkedIn profile. Then you need to go get out there and get a new job, or reevaluate where the next step in your career is going to be. You need to take action on a negative emotion. Let's say something really big happens in your life, like you lose someone that you love. It's okay to lie in bed. It's okay to heal. It's okay to do what you need to do to become yourself again. That's an action. And so, with everything in life, you have a shitty relationship. You can sit there and be angry and ruminate on it because it's danger to you. Or you can sit there, how can I fix myself? How can I fix this relationship? How do I leave this relationship, even if we have to, if that makes sense at all. So a negative emotion needs to come with an action. Our positive emotions, interestingly enough, is often not something that we ruminate on. We don't continue the thought. So the interesting thing about positive emotions, we often feel them in a moment, and they're more subtle in nature, in a sense. And then they just kind of fleet and go away. So the challenge is, could you use the talent that you have to ruminate on your negative emotions? Could you actually turn that around and use it on your positive emotions? Could you kind of like, okay, how can I create more positive emotions in my life? Or that great thing that yesterday, I was at a party for someone who came from a horrible situation, and she organized a party with all of the people that helped her through this really difficult time. I was there, the people that I involved were there, some family members were there, and I'm thinking today how much I enjoyed that, to be part of someone's celebration party for going through a horrible time in their life. And it's a day later, and I'm still sitting there thinking about the positive emotions that I felt yesterday. And then I was thinking this morning when I woke up, well, what could I do to celebrate my heroes in my life? Could I organize a party too and feel more of those positive emotions? See, that's where I'm going with that. You tackle your positive emotions with action, and you hold on to your positive emotions. So that's a little piece that I like to say about the course in happiness. See you around.